Atmanam sarvabhuteshu bhagavantam avasthitam apashyat sarvabhutani bhagavatyapi chatmani.
Atmanam sarvabhuteshu bhagavantam avasthitam pashyat sarvabhutani bhagavatyapi chatmani.
What is it?
Atmanam sarvabhuteshu
bhagavantam avasthitam
sarvabhutani Atmanam sarvabhuteshu bhagavantam avasthitam apashyat sarvabhutani bhagavatyapi chatmani.
Atmanam, the super soul,
Super soul.
sarvabhuteshu, in all living beings. Anyone wants to recite? I'm sorry, if somebody wants to recite the verse, you want to recite?
I will try.
Try.
Atmanam sarvabhuteshu bhagavatam
Avasthitam
avishishtatam
bhagavantam avasthitam
apashyat sarvabhutani bhagavate apachatmani.
Amazing. Atmanam. Anyone else? Or that's it? The super soul. Sarvabhuteshu, in all living beings. Bhagavantam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Avasthitam, situated. Apasyat, he saw. Sarvabhutani, all living beings. Bhagavati, in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Api, moreover. Cha, and Atmani, and the super soul. Translation. He began to see that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is seated in everyone's heart, and that everyone is existing on him because he is the super soul of everyone. Purport. That everyone is existing on the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not mean that everyone is also Godhead. This is also explained in Bhagavad Gita. Everything is resting on him, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But that does not mean that the Supreme Lord is also everywhere. This mysterious position has to be understood by highly advanced devotees. There are three kinds of devotees: the neophyte devotee, the intermediate devotee, and the advanced devotee. The neophyte devotee does not understand the techniques of devotional science, but simply offers devotional service to the deity in the temple. The intermediate devotee understands who God is, who is a devotee, who is a non-devotee, and who is innocent, and he deals with such persons differently. But a person who sees that Lord is Lord is sitting as Paramatma in everyone's heart, and that everything is depending or existing on the transcendental energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is in the highest devotional position. Hare Krishna. So Kardamuni, once the Kapila Muni grew up a son, he took permission from him and he became a renunciate. Actually, he became a monk, a sannyasi. So what happened? I want everyone to please, I just read few verses. He except first of all, he became silent. He stopped speaking. Started speaking because we tend to any condition, so we compare, we criticize and complain. My father is the reason I'm like this. My wife is the reason I'm like this. My husband is the reason I'm like this. We criticize. And we complain. We complain. And we criticize others. They're like this, they're like this. So, but what he did, he accepted silence as a vow in order to think of Supreme Personality of Godhead and take shelter of him exclusively. If anyone takes pen and paper, just write down all the thoughts you get every day. How much Krishna, how many thoughts are we focusing on Krishna out of 60,000 thoughts? And you should, if you want, I can tell you something interesting. This is my experience actually. If you focus on, if you try to focus on Radharani or anything, mind will take you out. You are not qualified. So that is very purest form. Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, no problem. Holy name, no problem. But you cannot meditate on horror. The purity is very high. You need a lot of purity. You need intense austerities. You need to go through. Wow. So, initial days, Hare Krishna mantra you chant, mind says you are not qualified, it will take you away. After some years, mind cannot. It doesn't mean you become a pure devotee. But mind understand about this guy is actually giving me trouble, so let me listen. Okay. Once the round is over, up to rounds your time, after rounds my time. That phase is there actually. But over a period of time, you have to say, after rounds also my time. So when intelligence is, when mind is listening to the directions of intelligence, instructions of intelligence, we are properly situated. If not, if intelligence is controlled by mind, that's what happens usually. We are not properly situated. So what mind will do? Many people in the world do not know. Whether Indian or American, anybody. If you keep on satisfying the mind, it is like you are feeding a snake. Like for example, when you come, somebody puts an asana, sit down. Very good. You're blessed. You come, somebody come and sing. You go in the audience and everyone respects. Everyone gets up with respect. If you're a conditioned soul, mind is very nice. I'll give you blessings. In office also, So when things are happening according to mind, mind becomes so peaceful. But the more and more you feed bananas to the snake mind, one day you don't get up. Mind will become angry. Up to that point, you're so peaceful, but you're feeding this snake-like mind. Suddenly one day, or you go to another audience where they don't even care. Why they're not caring? You are not happy that somebody else is caring you or respecting you, or miserable that somebody else is not caring you. And you'll start finding faults there. Why? Just because they're not giving you enough respect. They're not feeding you what you deserve, you think. What you think you deserve. That's why spiritual life is simple, not easy. Spiritual life is simple for simple, complex for complex. But tiny progress we make. is incredibly wonderful. He went back to his actually now in few verses, next verse he'll go back to Godhead actually. That's why it's said, unless we are convinced that there is no pleasure in this world, one cannot become a preacher. Unless we are convinced that there is pleasure in this world, but that will not 100% satisfy me. Let me put it that way. Because after that you say, hey, Gulab Jamun, Rasgulla, they are very lot of pleasure giving substances. Why you are telling there is no pleasure in this world? So what is the best way to put it? There is tiny pleasure, illusory pleasure, that will give you unlimited suffering. The soul wants unlimited pleasure. These sensual, mental, intellectual pleasures. Soul does. Soul needs more. One time Chandramouli Maharaj said, you are in the middle of the fog, desert, thirsty, you're dying. You are about to die any second. And one person comes and says, I have water. Really? Open your mouth. Oh, please give me. And he'll take a pillar, ink pillar. You know what is ink pillar? So he doesn't know. That's what Indians know. What do you call it? Dropper, yeah. Okay, I don't know the word dropper. So open your mouth and he'll take the dropper and put 2 drops. You're satisfied. No. This will go nowhere. I'm going to die. And of course, you will die after. Because 2 drops will not do anything. The tiny pleasures in this world are in this world are like that. You want more. But one problem with that is when you are satisfying your mind, it is becoming a demon. It will leave you dissatisfied. That's why, Tapodivim putrakayana sudhya tasmad brahma saukyam anantam. In every life, a dog, cat, beast, bird, reptile, you're enjoying eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. Now you have attained the human form. Now you attain your human form. Do tapasya. What is that? Do tapasya. So accepted silence. Some people, I heard and read, Guru tells him don't speak. But they want to speak. But Guru order, you will fall down. So they'll keep a chalkboard. You cannot stop speaking. Prabhupada says the solution is speak about Krishna. Why cell phone is the biggest hit in the third world countries? The only one product that has become biggest hit globally in this 100 years is cell phone. Because what they did, they added other amenities to that apart from the greatest ability to reach anybody from anywhere. That's why it became biggest hit. We shouldn't speak too much. Or speak about Krishna. Because your spiritual, your energy you're losing as you speak. Who are you? Hanuman came and Ram and Lakshmana. Ram said, Ram will not speak. Tell about us. I said that, but Ram said. Then he said, Lakshman said, we are not celestials, but we are looking for shelter. Sugrivam nata vichati. We are looking for somebody called Sugriva. Are I really? So Ram doesn't speak. Only when needed, he'll speak. When you If your whole day you're meditating on this, I have to do this. Grihasthas, every time I said this, and Grihastha, anybody actually. If you put your hand in their pocket, 3 pictures will come: the spouse, money, and the children. The assets basically. Anything else? They get 3 things.
Phone will come these days.
Phone will come, okay, because phone has all these things. So, anyway, what he did, if he had association with his wife, to disconnect that, he went out of home. Vanaprastha, for 25 years marriage, brahmachari, in 25 years marriage, association with family members, especially spouse. Then 50, to disconnect that association, you cannot do it overnight. So 25 years you travel back and forth. Because of the attachment, you cannot disconnect overnight. One lecture I heard, what are the pleasures of this world? You'll become so attached. It'll bring you again and again back into this world. Attachment. Then you cannot cut it overnight. To the extent your hand goes deep, that much extent, when you take it out, it's painful. And you cannot take it out. Attachment is so strong. Especially 11th canto says family and children. Then 75 years onwards, he would leave the wife at the home under the care of children, and he would take sannyas, travel. Otherwise, that attachment is not. It's either you should be attached to something, either Krishna or Maya. If you can see Krishna in your family members, you don't need to go anywhere else. Otherwise, you go to forest, there you see, every tree green card, then there's a problem. If stay in America, I need a green card here. Somebody will come and catch me. So I can't see Krishna. Yamam pasyati sarvatra, sarvatra maya pasyati. What is it next 2 lines? And I forgot. So person, Krishna says, who sees me everywhere, sees me in everything, I am never lost to him, nor is he lost to me, Krishna says. That's Uttamadhikari. Anyway, he fixed his mind on that. And because when he fixed on Krishna, his mind, he became free from false ego. Hare Krishna. When he meditated on Krishna unfailingly, he became free from false ego. And what happened? He became liberated from the conditional life and became situated in a transcendental devotional service. And he began to see today's verse. He began to see Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, situated in everyone's heart. And everything is existing in him. So he began to see everyone. He began to see Krishna everywhere. So Prabhupada writes here, that is today's verse. Prabhupada writes here, actually 2 deadly enemies for spiritual life are lethargy. Ever since COVID ended, don't blow the conch. Because somebody may have COVID, you will get it. Fine. COVID ended 7-8 months. Still, why to blow the conch? Any facility you get used to it. Many people don't blow the conch today. Why? Why it is tired. We have a stove here. The stove is dedicated only for deities. Because what's happening, people are coming here, they cannot talk here. To climb upstairs, we cannot climb upstairs. So what is the next place to talk? Kitchen. Just 4 feet away from temple. So then we thought, no, this is not good. So these stoves are meant for devotees. This stove is meant for Supreme Krishna. But unfortunately, pilot doesn't work here. All you need to is you need to bring a lighter to light it. But here, pilot is there. What is the difference between this stove and this stove? This has pilot, this doesn't have pilot. Everyone is cooking here. What is technology doing to us? Making us lazy. You want to talk? If or a kitchen is Radharani's place, I should not speak here. And that's okay. I cannot go upstairs and talk. Then it's okay. No? This pilot hold. Anyone accepts this? Nobody cooks on this stove. Because I have to look for lighter and light it. This doesn't need lighter. And there is a movie called Modern Times. I never saw that, of course, by Charlie Chaplin. You saw that?
A great film, truly one of the great motion pictures of all time.
I didn't see that. What they do? They come out with machinery. And they'll put the plate, you'll sit down. One machine spoon will come and it'll put in your mouth. And another machine will come and wipe your mouth like a tissue. Huh? He shows this? Oh, really? Somebody posted, that's where I saw that actually. The laziness. Why to go to temple? Why I'm telling this is, Zoom is there, right? I will attend the class from home only. That way I can drink. Hare Krishna devotees don't drink coffee. I hope so. So let me, I can listen to the class from bathroom. I can listen to the class from anywhere. Multitasking, So some sannyasi comes, okay, he's coming, then I should show my face. Otherwise, he doesn't feel good. Krishna doesn't feel good, so I should show my face. So technology is making us lazy. And then we'll not make progress actually. Simple thing, the pilot thing. Nobody cooks on this stove. This stove. They cook on this stove. Hey, we heat prasad here. I am asking excuse from Krishna practically every day. Please forgive me, my Lord. And somebody said, actually, Shyam Kishore Prabhu said, because the kitchen is next to that. Devotees, the next thing is familiarity. Haribol Giriraj, what did you make today? Oh, Rasgulla. What is this? 15 years ago, one day I went to the kitchen. Prabhu, what did you make? Pujari became angry. The cook, not Pujari, cook. Prabhu, you already ate everything. That day onwards, I had never opened. You all guys, when you go there, you should see Krishna actually. Otherwise, you come at 1 o'clock, you're hungry. What is there here? There are some deposits. Prasad deposits. Giriraj has this nature. You know where it is? Means this place is for my enjoyment. You're all coming to the temple. Nobody thinks of the temple hall. This place is my enjoyment. But you go to your kitchen. Why Kardamuni is taking sannyas? The moment you get into your home, this person is for my enjoyment. This kitchen is for my enjoyment. What is bhakti? This is meant for Krishna's enjoyment. It's not meant for my enjoyment. Cleanest kitchens. They wash their mouths there only. But devotees, no, we should not touch it. See, the Krishna consciousness, how we are training. No, this is Krishna's spot. I have to wash my hand and serve. This is Krishna's spot. I'm washing my hand to serve. Seconds. If you do this only 1 month, I'm watching in Sunday feast. Nobody says Mahaprasad prayers. One person came and told me, can you please, non-devotees, they're respecting prasad so much. But devotees are not respecting prasad because so many years over, right? Hey, it's very oily. Truth is, it's oily. I'm not denying that. I know. I told 100 times and I'm tired. If you don't want, don't take it. But don't develop familiarity. In Indian temples, I've seen Mahaprasade Govinde means 1,000 voices. Mahaprasade Govinde. So it will be reverberating. But in our case, you sir. 50% guests are anyway newcomers. And they'll just come and eat. So the main function of the principle is being defeated. Actually, I'll tell you, in South, in some more temples in India, Eka Dina Santi Pure. So this served on your plates. But wait. Means you're exhibiting sense control. Prasad should not be eaten, it should be honored. Otherwise, bhakti is very tricky. Bhakti is very tricky. If you see this pot is meant for Krishna, this cooking pots, I cannot wash my mouth in the kitchen, or there should be a separate sink. This kitchen, if you do that, you offer separate plate for everything. I tell this to newcomer who is attending third session. I'm sorry to tell the audience who are practicing bhakti for so many years. Because sometimes you go back to fundamentals. What is the principle? You offer the plates, the cups, and come and wash it. And this is Krishna's plate, you put it back. This is Krishna's stove. Temple is meant to teach this to the rest of the community. We need to focus. We need to apply this tiny principles. Otherwise, kitchen, I think that's a place we will talk. So kitchen is a place where we can talk. Temple, of course, I don't want to criticize other temples, but they pray only for 3 minutes. 3 minutes is too much actually. One of 30 seconds appears very long time. Then you'll go to the restaurant, speak 2 hours in the politics, fighting. But for such people, when they come here, Abhishek starts at 6:30, Prasad starts at 9 o'clock. 6:30 to 9, I have to stay here. And I see somebody's jumping up and down dancing, somebody sitting in one corner. When will they give Prasad? So 20 to 30% of people, they stand behind, they don't know what's happening. And devotees, I don't care. I came here for my enjoyment. I don't care whether you dance or not. I will dance. Nobody takes any endeavor to bring these guys inside. That way they say. Finally, Kirtan ended. Now, class. What is this class? It's 9 o'clock. Can you believe a devotee is calling? Every temple, there's a class and he's calling. Means what? Prabhuji, I'm giving Bhagavatam class. Can you call me after some time? So what is that? It means basic fundamentals are missing. Then why we cannot see Krishna in the heart? If you just do this, plate for Krishna, separate cup for Krishna, and the kitchen for Krishna, when you wash your hands, when you want to serve seconds, do this for 1-2 months, you will see Krishna there actually. As soon as you see the stove, this is Krishna's stove. Not that in that black stove, you will see black Krishna, not that. The moment you see stove, this is Krishna's stove. This is Krishna's plate. These are Krishna's pots. As soon as you see bead or your bead bag, sometimes I see people's beads, or they're not washed for a year. Very unclean. Initiated, I'm not talking about new devotees, for sure. Means what? Where is the boiling of milk? You know, when you see Krishna in the plate, when you see Krishna in the kitchen, when you see Krishna in the beads, you are making progress. Prabhupada is talking about that everyone is existing and Supreme Personality of Godhead does not mean everyone is also Godhead. This is all energy. Sometimes people have problem. God is a person. What type of person is Krishna? And he is present in his name. Are you present in your name? He is present in his form. He is present in his dham. Vrindavan is actually Krishna. Krishna is present in his leela, pastimes. He is present in his qualities. That type of person he is. So we try to apply everything through our Annamaya, Manumaya, Pranamaya consciousness. That is everything. There is no influence of time there. Not that time is not there, time is there. But time doesn't destroy everything there. And in the material world, time destroys. So the point is here, this is connected to 10th chapter. Everything comes from Krishna, but everything is not Krishna. Cement and bricks come from Krishna, but cement and bricks is not Krishna. Then what is Krishna? Cement and bricks, energy. Because energy and energetic non-different. Achintya Beda Abheda Tattva. Simultaneous one and difference. Postulated by Lord Chaitanya. Everyone is understanding or not? No? Because it is non-different. It's one with Krishna, no doubt. It's separate from Krishna also. At the same time. So because it is Krishna's energy, utilize it in that consciousness. You know? In the form of sun rays, sun is here. You'll open the door, hey, sun came. Sun is 90 million miles, whatever. That many million miles away. But in the form of sun rays, he is present here. Likewise, Krishna is present in the form of energy. That's why he can manifest in 1 second here. But also as a super soul is, what is it? Mahavishnu is a super soul of the cosmic manifestation. And Garbhasai Vishnu is the super soul of the universe. Kshirakshai Vishnu is the super soul of every living entity. So the mysterious position has to be understood by highly advanced devotees. This we have to understand. Everything belongs to Krishna, but everything is not Krishna also. But everything rests in Krishna. Very interesting actually. Krishna speaks this double-tongued, these dual words in 10th chapter Gita. Everything is in me, I'm not in them. Behold my mystic opulence. You know? Yogameshwaram. You know? So everything is in me, but I am not in them. Because before that was there, I was there. After that is destroyed, I am there. Behold my mystic opulence, Arjuna. So that type of God. So who is a neophyte? They see Krishna only in the deities. People who see Krishna only in the deity. Recently somebody sent me some text message, very nice point. Kunjavihari, first one of the disciples of Saraswati Thakur, what he did, Harinam initiate devotees. Those days, of course, you know, what is that? Brahman initiate devotees on one side, initiated. These are Harinam. Harinam means 4 rounds. Brahman initiate means 64 rounds. So he separated them, giving respect. You don't understand? Those days, 100 years ago, Prabhupada Guru, to receive first initiation, you need to chant only 4 rounds. To receive second initiation, you need to chant 64 rounds. So what this gentleman did, he gave higher respect for all the second initiate devotees. So he kept them in one row. You all sit and eat prasad. You guys, you sit down here. Because you're only chanting 4 rounds. These people are chanting 64 rounds. They are Brahmin initiated. They do also Gayatri. Saraswati Thakur came and said, you are wrong. These people are more advanced. Why? They have faith on the holy name. These people, because they don't have faith on the holy name, they want to worship the deity. That's why they received Brahman. So give importance to them, not to them. All the Brahmin initiatives should, should hear this action. In 2019, because temple was getting ready to, not 19, sorry, 18. So 17, sorry. I told everyone, you take Brahmin, you take Brahmin. One person said, I don't want Brahmin. I'm not qualified. Everyone said, no, we want Brahmin. Because I can go and touch the deity. I can feel the deity. I am more advanced than you. That is materialistic mentality. But one person said, I am not qualified. How many of you know who that person is? Huh? She doesn't. Huh? No, that time, 2017. Who is that? Sanatan Guru is the only one. He said, I am not qualified. As in my mind, I told you are the only one qualified. He said, I don't want. So the point is, if we look for only externals, if I get Brahmin, then I can go on that. Then he'll look. When you give Aarti, I'm second initiated, I should give you first. Then you are not there yet. Bhaktis. Some people in India, they were untouchables, but they attained Krishna. Hanuman is not even a human. I'm saffron. I'm a monk. You people, then you'll never go, you'll never make it. So neophyte means he says Krishna in only the deity. Archayam eva haraye mujhe shraddhayanvite natad bhaktishu chanyashu sabhakta prakrita sama, something like that. I forgot. Person who sees Krishna only in the devotee, but he doesn't see Krishna everywhere. He doesn't know how to respect devotees. He is a Anishta, neophyte. It's a basic beginner who is seeing Krishna only in the deity. Who is a second devotee? First one is also initiated, for your kind of information. Second one is a Prema Maitri Krupopeksha. My goal of life is to attain the love of God. Prema. I make friendship with those devotees who are very sincere. Maitri. And when you see somebody, those people who are very seriously practicing bhakti, I make friendship with them. That is Maitri. Somebody comes to temple, they look little innocent, then I'll preach to them. Prabhu, chant 2 rounds, 4 rounds. Krupa. But when you see somebody envious, apeksha, ignore them. This world is filled with envy. Filled with the envy. Too much ego. A person who does not or cannot declare war on that cannot go forward. You may get respect, you will not get Krishna. Washed pots. Saraswati Thakur had Bhakti Thakur had one very barometer to detect other person. You would ask, are you a devotee of Krishna? Oh yes. Okay, thank you. You can go and take prasad there. One person, are you a devotee of Krishna? No. And who are you? I'm devotee of devotee. I'm servant of Krishna. Devotee of devotee. I'm not devotee of Krishna, but I am a devotee of Krishna's devotee. Yes, wait. What is your question? You know? Humility. Humility is a medicine for envy. A person who has higher, higher levels of humility, very lower levels of envy, or almost no envy. Or at least he or she will not act on envy. Yesterday I was giving class in New York. Ishwarapuri's appearance. Ishwarapuri came to Navadvipa, stayed in Nandanacharya's home. And as a monk, he had to, he started going door to door, begging. He came to Advaitacharya home. Advaitacharya felt, detected a powerful spiritual presence. And he came out. He was worshipping Krishna. He came out, monk. Because 500 years ago, the impersonalist sannyasis were very prominent. Shankaracharya, Advaita sannyasis were very prominent. He became doubtful. Are you renunciate? He said, I'm a person belonging to low class. I'm a Shudra. Shudra means very low class. He was humble. But then what happened? Haridas Thakur felt, immediately recited a verse from Bhagavatam to reveal what this person is about. When Ishwarapuri heard the recitation of beauty of Krishna, immediately fainted. This is not a Mayavadi sannyasi, this is a devotee sannyasi, Vaishnava sannyasi. Then they came to know, this is my god brother only. Ishwarapuri is a disciple of Madhavendrapuri. Advaitacharya and Haridas Thakur both were disciples of Madhavendrapuri. Bhaktivedanta Swami had this barometer. Whenever, this test, whenever you would go for book distribution, they're all Americans. Nobody knew anything about that. But Bhaktivedanta Swami had this faith. You may not understand, but soul understands Krishna. Purposefully, he'd bring the topic Krishna. And he would look into their eyes. When there is a little appreciation in the eyes, he would continue talking. When that glow is not there, he would just skip them. So, but who is Uttamadhikari? Who sees Krishna everywhere. In a sense, he doesn't want to criticize anybody. He always thinks of how do I propagate Krishna consciousness? How do I give Krishna to others? How do I bring them to Krishna's lotus feet? And that way, they'll go back to Krishna. One lifetime or this lifetime. That's Uttamadhikari. Advanced devotee. You know? Then over a period of time, if you do that, you will see everyone is connected to Krishna. You will see everyone is related to Krishna. That way, you don't criticize them anyway. That way, you will respect them anyway. That way, your heart becomes cleansed and you'll enter the love of God. Hare Krishna. But of course, one very important thing is rendering service to spiritual master and devotees, senior devotees. It's very important. Ishwarapuri was spiritual. Madhavendrapuri, Prabhupada says, Guru gives knowledge how to make progress in spiritual life, but Guru also gives knowledge how to live this body. Sarira yati iti sariram, that which is going to be slowly destroyed is body. Body is slowly destroyed. Prabhupada told, they were all Westerners, a 20-year-old. Prabhupada was 80. Don't think it, Prabhupada was not eating. His Prabhupada said, don't think it will not happen to you. It will happen to you also. You have millions in the bank, billions in the bank, and your body is a machine. Your time is up, confined to the bed. Can family members help? Bank money will come, family members will come, nobody will come. So wake up to the reality from today. So Guru also trains you how to be Krishna conscious in such a very condition of inconvenience. Why Guru has to go through? So Madhavendra, Ishwarapuri was actually washing, cleaning his stool and urine. Madhavendrapuri was confined to the bed. But in such inconvenience, in such state of inconvenience, he was calling. He was feeling intense separation. Ai Dina Dayardra Nada He Madhura Nada. Kadavalokyasi Hrudim Padaloki Katram Daita Brahmyasi Kim Karamyaham. Thus Sambe Radharani. When Krishna went to Madhura, she would sing this. Ai Dina, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Ishwarapuri was exhibiting that, that love of God. Intense separation, which is even beyond the love of God, actually, next level. But because the body was, being inconvenienced, his disciple Ishwarapuri would clean him up, would recite Srimad Bhagavatam, and, would understand him. Guru blessed him. Because, you're served, you're taking good care, you're taking care of me. And this way, I bless you. So because of Madhavendrapuri blessings, he attained the love of God. And Supreme Personality of Godhead became his disciple. So Srila Prabhupada also trained his disciples how to live this world, how to live in this world, and how to live this world. We have a standing examples in our community. So we should train ourselves. Of course, it's a balance. Balance is important. But time is running out. That's what I want to tell today. And Bhagavatam, glory of Bhagavatam is what is his name? Pururava. Very attached to Urvasi. Mad. He did tapasya to get her. Can you believe? He was infatuated by uniting with her. Infatuated to unite with her, actually. But he went back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Agnidra. He was infatuated by Rambha. But he went back to Godhead. Devyani and Yayati. Family life, they enjoyed for 1,000 years. They were not satisfied with the desires. Devyani, actually, Yayati even took the youth, when he received curse from his father-in-law, he took youth from his son Puru. Again enjoyed. But what is the glory of Bhagavatam? We went back to Godhead. Irrespective of what your previous condition may be, if you take up the process of holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Irrespective of the condition, maybe you'll go back to Godhead. Vishwamitra Muni became victim of lust and gave birth to Shakuntala when Menaka came. Later he became victim of anger. And he cursed Ramba to become a stone. But again, later he continued, he went back to Godhead and the love of God. The holy name works, the process works. One sannyasi told me, Yugal Kishore, nowadays when I get up in the morning, I get a feeling I am covered by this cloth body. Body is a dress for me. I am different from that. I'm a spirit soul. That is great. He said the process works. So nowadays when I get up, I see body as the external covering. I am different. The realization. Agaya. He got it. So process works. Any question or comment? Otherwise I'm finished. Yes.
Sorry for the so the Paramatma, when he is in our heart, there is a form, and there's he's in a form.
I mean, I don't have Bhagavad Gita here. So if you do, if it's yes, it's a form. Actually, the picture is there if you open. Yes, it's a form. I don't know. I can show you actually after the classes, or I can show here. Actually. It's a form, and you're also form. Spiritual form. Bhaktichara Swami says, when you practice bhakti yoga, when you practice karma yoga, when you practice jnana yoga, when you practice ashtanga yoga, this will not happen. What is the soul of? Okay, now listen carefully. What is the size of the soul? 1/10,000 part of the tip of the hair, perfect. Tiny. Actually, Maharaj made a nice point. He said, why the soul has become tiny? Like Narada Muni, Lakshmi, they all spiritual forms. We also had a spiritual form, but why it became tiny? When you don't use it, like some of you may be very intelligent. You join full time. After 20 years, you cannot even write software program. One day, one monk came and said, actually, I correlated this with Maharaj statement. So, Yugal Kishore, can you get me a mic, sound system? Yes, Prabhu. I'll bring it from America. Sure. This money they gave to me, and he started counting. After counting he counted 8,000 rupees. I cannot count. Take it. He has problem counting the money. He cannot count. He was an engineer before. Why? He is not using his intelligence in the material sense. He's not using it. That's why that is taken away. Anything you don't use, it is taken away by nature, let me tell you. If you don't want, it's not a joke, but you want me to tell? One day Radhana Swami said, what is it? 16 into 1,000, how much? You ask, actually, first grader will tell this. He said, 16 into 1,000, how much? He doesn't know it is 16,000. So anything you don't use, it is taken away. So because soul is spiritual form, like coming back to the point, you are not using it to do service. You are not using it to serve Krishna. Because 3 modes caught you, you are trying to enjoy. That spiritual form, it became tiny. This is what Bhakti Swami says. This much spark. Because that is the minimum that can stay there. But now when you practice other yogas, it will be purified. But when you practice Bhakti Yoga, it is not only pure, the mind is not only purified, not only controlled but purified, then spiritual form you'll get it. It will be developed back. It is like you pour a balloon, you fill the air, balloon will get right. Likewise, you'll get your spiritual form. That's why Ashtanga yogis think Paramatma as a spark, soul as a spark, because they don't know this. But only Bhakti Yoga has information. Are you clear?
So as this, like interacting with the Paramatma, like that's okay or that is not okay? That is like just trying to understand.
What do you mean interacting with Paramatma?
Taking shelter.
Upadrishta chanamanta cha bhakta bhokta pravarivacha. Paramatma is in your heart. When you are listening to mind, you are listening to three modes. When you are purifying, when you are listening to intelligence, purified intelligence, it is directly Paramatma instruction to you. 18th chapter Bhagavad Gita, one time, first COVID started, I asked Jayadat Maharaj to give class. First, this is the first speaker actually. Jayadat Maharaj gave class on that verse, 18th chapter Gita. By my mercy, Arjuna, you will be able to overcome all the problems of this world. Jayadat Prabhu told me one time, if Krishna's if you're not able to hear Krishna's instruction, you will hear to your mind. You'll hear to your mind means you're listening to your karma. Three modes will happen. But if you listen to Krishna, don't speak. Okay. Don't act. Okay. That is how a pure devotee works. We work with the three modes. Means when we work in three modes, unwanted, wanted, it will manifest on us because we're just in action and reaction. But with them, directly from Krishna. Okay. So that's why, as much as possible, if we can purify our mind, our intelligence, and start listening to the direction of Paramatma, you are safe in this world. Otherwise, you tend to make mistakes, and suffering will come. Okay.
So, like the first thing is to establish the relation. Yes, the name form are the same. But when we go on the altar, we are trying to establish a relationship, right? And that relationship this is my personal struggle. Sometimes establishing the relationship with the Holy Name is I struggle with it on many levels. So when I worship when I go on the altar, there are times that helps me to do that. So
The last line.
That helps me a little bit. Okay,
What helps you?
Like worshiping the that helps me. So the next day at least somehow it's better. So I'm trying to understand and comprehend like what you were trying mentioning, right? Deity worship, like I'm trying to understand like being between a Kanishta Adhikari who is says please the Lord, but you taking the opportunity of worshipping the Lord to enhance that relationship to help, that's okay?
Perfect. Actually, let me tell you, that the example might have confused you. I'm sorry, Actually, I'll tell you, Bhakti one time I told this in the class before also. Proper times, only 3 to 4 out of 1,000 devotees would take Brahman. Those who have a strong desire to render service. Because proper time it's preaching. Everyone has to go for book distribution, expansion. 3 people stay back and do deity worship. The rest of the people, everyone has to be on the road. Book distribution. They all went back to Godhead actually. But some people who cannot do that. All right, do deity worship. But nowadays, what is our mood? You have done engineering? Good. After engineering, I can do MTech also. After MTech, I'll do PhD also. That's what Indians are. Then here, first and stay. If everyone is given first and second together, this thing would not have come. But in ISKCON, what happened? Gurus somehow, they start giving first initiation, then wait for 1 year. Because of whatever reason, problems came, maybe they wanted to test. Then when there is a 1-2 years gap, Indians started viewing that as masters. This is only bachelors, that is masters. So you're Brahmin initiated, little better. You're going on the altar, you're not coming on the altar, stay here and rot. I am going on the altar. That type of Bhakti Swami said, everyone takes nowadays Brahmin. So, you are going on the altar, you come back and tell, Shri Krishna is so beautiful, you see them from 2 inches. I want to see Krishna from 2 inches. Why only you see? It is not, honestly speaking, I mean, man speaking because I went through all these things, sad. What? Because I'm speaking like that. So somebody will say, you are talking all these things because you got that experience, because I didn't get it. That's why, I won't experience that also. We want to learn by experience, not theory. Not by seeing, not by hearing. How many of you are understanding? Saraswati Thakur says, Harinam is enough, you'll go back to Godhead. That's it. But other things are mental. The dressing, you dress, you're the only one dressing, very nice. I cannot dress. Oh, pain here. You want to go back to Godhead or you want to please your mind? Before coming to Krishna consciousness, I knew so many songs. And they're melodious. And after this many years, once in a while that song comes. I would ask only one question. You want to please your mind or you want to go back to Godhead? Answer is, I want to go back to Godhead. Then give it up. Simple, right? You want to please your mind or want to go back to Godhead? Well, I want to go back to Godhead. Then give it up. You want to take second initiation and please your mind, or you want to go back to Godhead? I want to go back to Godhead. Then give it up. Because Harinam itself is enough. You'll go back to Godhead. You want to take sannyas for brahmachari and go, please your mind, or you want to go back to Godhead? Both. I'm joking. I'm just joking. So, no, I want to go back to Godhead. Then give it up. No sannyas. Understanding or not? This is all pleasing the mind or going back to God. I mean, attaining love of God, not going back to God.
That question we have to ask is what it is. That is what it is.
That story of Brahmana and cobbler. Cobbler was not even initiated. Narayan said, in this lifetime, we'll come back to Godhead. For this Brahmana, who is Brahmin initiated, who is a guru, speaking high philosophy, it takes 1,000,000 lifetimes. That conveys a lot of message. Understanding? Just let us, anybody else? If nobody has any other question, we'll give.
Prabhuji, today also you mentioned about ahankar, and I think a month ago, I believe, Prabhuji, when you spoke on the 18th verse, you also mentioned that these two things are needed to come out of. This is like a bridge. Ahankar is the bridge between the body and the soul.
I said rope that connects body to the soul.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't say bridge.
Bridge, not bridge, rope. And in that purport also, we talked about it, that we need to have knowledge and the application of that knowledge to break this link. Is there any kind of a steps you can tell us, Prabhuji, like, practice every day, that remember at least these 3 points, so you can help us come out of that?
One answer I heard, I also have too much ego, Prabhu, I cannot answer. But the answer I heard is, third verse is great, is the medicine for humility is the medicine for ahankar. I am servant of devotees. That is, all these big devotees in the moment, they have applied it. Without applying humility, servant of servant, I cannot overcome that. Otherwise, I am the doer. One day, I'm actually, like Rohini Nandan, I would schedule the kirtans. A few sannyasis were there in Festival of Inspiration. I didn't go and ask. Maybe I was scared. Last day, I asked a small devotee, regular devotee, sing it. Nitya Prabhu went to him and said, Maharaj, I thought you will sing today. Why you didn't? That person replied, nobody asked me. Means, if somebody asks me, it means Krishna is asking me to sing. If somebody doesn't ask me, it means Krishna doesn't want me to sing. Wow. Not like a temple president, I'll take the mic. All right, Krishna. So your good karma is qualifying you to take the mic. Is Krishna happy or not? Not one has to question this. You have an adhikar. You have a, what do you call adhikar means qualification. But is Krishna happy or not? You understanding? Anyone else wants to add anything? Go ahead. Wait, yeah. It's not me.
Yeah, last week, of course, we have come this point. Last week also, this is like the only goal of human life is to go back to
Godhead.
Godhead. And also often comes that we have to attain Krishna Prema is the goal of life. So which one is the only one goal?
You probably answered this question. I think that day you were not there. So how many of you heard his question? So goal of life is to go back to Godhead or attain the love of God. First of all, without attaining love of God, you cannot go back to Godhead. That point is clear.
But we hear right, like even we don't get that taste, but we will with the mercy of Guru Srila Prabhupada, we might go so.
I know that's true. We cannot on our own go back to God. Actually, I'll tell you, corresponding, what is that supplementary question to that was, Lord Chaitanya says, I don't even want liberation. I don't want to go back to Godhead. That is a question. So, actually, little clarification for all of everyone. Ajamil, when he's chanted Narayan, 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 his heart became cleansed. He was liberated. He was liberated. But to go back to Godhead, you need to attain love of God. He did not attain love of God. He did not get prema for Narayan. He casually chanted and it worked out. But for anybody to go back to Godhead, they need to attain the love of God. I'm just clarifying. So only if we attain the love of God, then only we can go back to Vaikuntha planets or Golok Vrindavan. But the next question is, Lord Chaitanya says, I don't even want liberation. Mama Janmani Janmanishwara. Birth after birth, I want to continue. One person asked in the same audience 4 or 5 weeks ago. So should we go back to Godhead or stay here and continue birth after birth preaching only? That is another question in connection with whatever you said. The answer is, going back to Godhead is a perfect desire. That's also desire, but it's a perfect desire. Hey, end of the day, you want to go back to Godhead. Right? So you say, look, maybe Vasudeva Datta, they're all advanced. They want to come back again and again and again. I don't have that qualification. But once you come back, then you do one mistake in the next 100 births. So look, I don't have that qualification. I will go back to Godhead. It's a perfect desire. Prabhupada says that. But some people, very advanced, they want to be part of Krishna's compassionate plan. I will just continue birth after birth, come here, deliver people, Prahlad Maharaj. And I don't want liberation. I don't want to go back to Godhead. And I want to come every lifetime and preach to people, make them devotees and go back, send them back to Godhead, but I'll stay here only. They are more advanced. That's okay. That's
Srinathana Prabhu also says same thing. Yeah, he somehow or other, like, I fear of
that's true. Srinathana Prabhu said that. Yeah.
Staying here.
Yes.
One connection originally I had, but in this context, I heard the story which the past time of Prabhupada, he was asked, would you go to, where would you go after? He says, whatever Krishna decides, you want me to go back to God and serve him, I'll serve him there. You want me to go to lower planet, I'll go and serve. So since then, I never desire for anything. Whatever, I'll do my part, whatever he decides. So that's also okay, right? I mean, I don't have to desire either for service or I don't have to desire to come back here and speech. I don't have to desire to go back to Godhead. Whatever Krishna decides, he'll make the plan, right?
That's it. That's the right answer.
It's not wrong.
Because by everything we are desiring, Krishna is not fulfilling
I don't
anyway.
know what I'm desiring is right or wrong.
That's it. So actually, no, that is leave it to Krishna is the perfect thing. Let him decide.
Now, the original question was that I raised, and I heard many times, like when we listen to mind, as you said today, we are under three modes. When we are listening to intelligence, we are listening to Supreme Paramatma and to Guru. How do we know?
Shastra. When you're following the direction of Shastra, I mean, minute to minute, we cannot say, no, this is from my mind, this is from Parma, from intelligence.
For taking this in when you contemplate and how, okay, then okay, when you plan, schedule, contemplate, then it makes sense, we are following intelligence, but a lot of time we just take decision on the plan.
So that's why it's better. We need to purify as much as possible. Otherwise, it's basically Shastras. If we follow Sadhguru Shastra, when we do not know we are getting guidance from Paramatma or not, follows Sadhu, Guru and Shastra. Then we are safe actually. I also don't know. So am I getting direction from the mind or purified intelligence? Simple is Sadhu, Guru, Shastra, the triangle. Then you are safe. Every time Vibhishan, he would do that. Shastra, he would follow. But otherwise, most of the time mind will, when mind is telling, it means we are just part of action and reaction. That's what my experience is. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry for the basic question. How do we start seeing everyone and everything as Krishna?
That is not this basic thing. So this is the thing. Prabhupada asked this question. First of all, if you do sadhana sincerely, then what happens? For example, I told the offering today. It's a basic fundamental thing we tell to the beginners. But why I'm bringing it up, sometimes we forget. If you do the offering sincerely in your kitchen, I'm honest with you, you will see kitchen as Krishna's kitchen. You will see that plate as Krishna's plate. The pots as Krishna's pots. If you get into your husband told me, this is where she sits down and chants. So when he sees that place, he'll think of you. Likewise, when you see, when your prayer room, this is Krishna's prayer room. These are Krishna's pots. This is Krishna's. So likewise, with the day you have accepted beads, you are allowing you are giving you gave a little space to Krishna to enter into your heart. Then when you have deities, you open door to Krishna to enter into your home. So when you start offering to him, you have given kitchen to Krishna. You have given opportunity to Krishna to enter into the kitchen. So when you continue this process in your home, kitchen belongs to Krishna now, puja room, prayer room belongs to Krishna. But when you pursue the process, and especially reading and listening Srimad Bhagavatam, theoretically you'll understand Krishna is present in everyone's heart. But as we continue sadhana, eventually we'll understand Krishna. I mean, we know theory, Krishna is present in everyone's heart. But the realization has not come yet. But that will happen to the Uttamadhikari, it's mentioned. Means we need to do little more sadhana, but because we are not there on that advanced platform. Over a period of time, it will come. Until such time, we need to do sadhana, at least theoretically act. When you understood theoretically Krishna is present in everyone's heart, try your best to respect. I'm talking to myself, So tolerate the impurities. It's important. That's what I can do. Yes.
So in connection with that question, Prabhuji, especially during the time of sadhana, after doing that morning program sadhana, you can clearly see how devotees are
are becoming ecstatic or becoming, like how they are actually instruments of Krishna's mercy and how they are so spiritually, like the spiritual side you see. But then think for myself during the day, like when you're speaking with devotees, oh Prabhu, come here. Even if you say Prabhu, still, I mean, you lose that. And maybe Krishna is trying to tell you something through that devotee, but because you don't see that devotee in that way, you're not able to get that. So how to?
Nice question. Thank you. This is my question actually. This is my problem. So morning is predominated by goodness, Sattvagun. So that's why you're able to, you're doing the morning program, you've chanted your rounds, So your consciousness is floating above the waters of three modes. But once the sun comes up, you ask anybody, what is the most difficult time to chant? 12 to 4. Anyone has experience between 12 to 4? Huh? Afternoon. Yeah, Rajo. Recently they told this devotee named Govind Prabhu, my Bhakti Ragamada disciple, he left at 5 a.m. in the morning. I said, very good. 5 a.m. is very, very, very good time actually. God of goodness is prominent. He left the world. Pankajangri Prabhu became very sick. He will leave at any time at 10:30. I thought, why 10:30? Then he waited. He didn't leave at 10:30. Next day morning. So morning mode of goodness means nature will help you depart. But afternoon and evening, afternoon's Rajo. The moment Tamogun kicks in the evening, devotees come to goodness. So for us, especially beginners, the difficult point is 12 to 5. Then I am the door will come. It takes little time. That's the same problem I have. But it'll take some time, and so we should try to chant our rounds that time and see, is mind still resisting? Means we are still in the conditioned stage. Over a period of time, it will go. Yajna Purush Prabhu was a very senior devotee of 25 years brahmacharya standing. He said, I never, that time, not 20 years ago. He said, I would wait until 5 o'clock and chant. If at all rounds are left, he would wait till evening 5 o'clock to chant. Because New York City is Tamagun city, afternoon, he would wait. It means, the conditioning is still there. So we should patiently continue process eventually. Eventually it will happen, but same problem I have. Okay, does it answer your question? So we'll end it here. It's a little late. Correction.
So can you elaborate on the last point that you made, that for devotees, evening will have sattva, it's not
And 9 to 5 is Rajogun. 9 to 5 is Rajogun. After 5, when sun goes down, Tamogun starts. That time devotees can come. Tamogun means helplessness. But because of the advancement, devotees shift to sattva. So you will not go to bar and restaurant as when it becomes evening. Immediately you'll shift to sattva.
Tamo effect is still there, right?
Tamo effect, maybe for sleep, yes, little bit, but it's not predominating. It's not, you're not bent by it. I mean, without that, you cannot sleep, of course, in the live. So, but it will not, in material world, there is no pure goodness. Goodness is mixed with these two. So other things are also there. So because of the sadhana, as soon as the tamogun kicks in, devotees will shift to sattva. We'll end it here. No, I think it's late actually. We'll end it here, devotees. Thank you very much. Very grateful. Please.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat
Thank you,
pranam.
Prabhuji. Dandavat
Hare
pranam.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.